Hello again, everyone. This is Joe, and this is a technical analysis of the stock market video focusing on the S&P 500 this week. We're going to check in on our three key ETFs, and then because semiconductors have been so strong, we're going to look at the top three holdings, so stay tuned. All right, let's start off here with the daily chart. You can see the SPX was up very strong on Monday. It was actually up 26.68 points on Monday, and then after another kind of continued move, almost like a little bit of a blast off here, and then it continued on Tuesday, and then just kind of went sideways, didn't go very far. I mean, about a little over 2/3 of the entire week's gain came on Monday. We were up Friday, even after North Korea launched a missile over Japan again. I think it came across the wire around 5 o'clock Central Time. I was actually sitting here recording for my insider members, and I saw the blurb come across Bloomberg. At least for Friday, the market seemed to say, what, me worry? And we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. All right, let's take a look at the weekly chart. And, you know, in terms of the wave count, I have got this as a fifth minor wave of the fifth intermediate wave. I still believe we're in that ending process, ending wave structure. We have pushed above that August 8th high, and so therefore I have moved the minute wave 3 to conclude over here on the August 8th high, and that we are in minute wave 5 right now. It's an interesting overlapping pattern we got going on so far. This could be some kind of 1-2, 1-2 pattern as it pushes higher. We do have this projection here. If you take the parallel of waves from waves 2 and 4, parallel to that line, project from 3, it gives us a little bit of a target for the end of this wave. We'll see how that plays out. All right, let's take a look at the weekly chart, SPX. Here's how it looks on the week. For the week, up 38.8 points, continues to trend above that 10-week moving average. And this is the picture and how it looks from that perspective. So this is how we've got it in terms of the minor wave count within the fifth intermediate wave. All right, that's the weekly chart. On the daily and weekly chart, let's take a look at the semiconductors first, and then we'll come back to them. SMH on a weekly, very strong trend. I mean, look at this. Just, you know, we've had little blips where it just kind of, for a week or maybe two, actually, I think it's only been 1 week that it's closed below that 10-week moving average, and then it bounces right back up. I think right here, did it get back above it? Well, by 1 penny, it did. So it continues to push up now. And every time you seem to get divergence on this, the divergence just seems to dissolve over time. So right now, you just, you know, if you're in this, it's trending, and you just stay with it. I mean, that's all you can do. You know, you need to watch and see when it does start to break down. And, you know, to me, you know, you get a couple closes below that 10, that's going to be your first warning. And we'll see how that, and of course, you need to be watching this on a daily chart, which will get you tuned in much closer. You're always going to turn on the daily before you turn on the weekly. Homebuilders on the weekly chart. This thing has run into that resistance zone again. Here's the high up here, 39.22, and you know it tried to take it out once, twice, and tried again this week and failed. It came back down, and we closed down 8 cents at $38.77. So going to be interesting to see if it can continue to push above that, but this seems to be coming in at pretty solid resistance, at least so far. Financials, you know, this made a run at the high back in, what was the week ending August 4th, and you know, it closed above it, but then failed, came back down, reversal candle down, went to higher high, came back down. And then we broke this trend line on top of that, okay? And this is, you know, trend line from that February 2016. So we're talking 18 months or so. Might actually be longer than that, about 18 months. And now, because we had we had 2 weeks in a row down, 2 weeks down, little pop up, 2 weeks down. Now we got another pop up. The real question is, how strong is this going to be? I still think that a lot of damage was done with this trend line break. It could just push sideways, but we'll watch and see how much, if we get any further action to the upside here. But right now, I'm suspicious about that kind of a move. All right, that's the three ETFs. Let's take a look. The number one holding within SMH is Taiwan Semiconductor at 12.4% of their holdings. So what you see here is the last year of trading, okay, from September 15th to September 15th. And what I've done is I've highlighted the year end. Here's the last trading day of December, and here's the close on Friday. And it's up 31% for the year. So you can see pretty good move, nice strong trending to the upside. I had a little bit of what looks like a head and shoulders sideways consolidation type pattern. Now, what I've learned, my first instinct is to try to measure that as a projection, measure the head and project from the neckline. But the consolidation patterns of head and shoulders typically and traditionally don't project as well as the reversal head and shoulders pattern. So we'll watch and see if this could continue to trend to the upside here. Right now, it's doing that. I don't trade this one. I don't follow it. The average true range on the daily chart is 42 cents. That's just not exciting enough movement for me because I primarily trade options and for directional, for gain. I'm not doing options for income. And when I want to trade options on a stock, I want that stock that's going to move. And this just doesn't move enough. I mean, it's a nice trender over time, but for trading options, it's not for me. Intel, on the other hand, look at this picture. Talk about chop over the last 12 months. That's going nowhere fast. It's actually up 2% for the year from the last trading day of the month, and there's not a whole lot more that I'm going to talk about. Intel, it's just not very exciting. Now, this is exciting. Nvidia, this is amazing move, tremendous trend. I mean, look what it's done for the whole year, and even it's been lower than that out into previous. I mean, it's big gains, huge gaps here to the upside. Now, this pattern is still, even though we had this big move on Friday, it was up, what, $10.71 on Friday, big move. This pattern still has got my attention because I've seen way too many bullish moves end in an ending diagonal pattern that fails. Now, yeah, you could say, well, look, Joe, it's breaking above that trend line here. Well, yeah, sometimes it does that in what we call a throwover. And notice, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. You could almost, it's like, okay, is this the point or is this the point? Thought we were getting the breakdown right in here, actually. I thought we were getting the fail, and then it just came right back alive this week. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so came back alive. Now, this may continue to push to the upside. We just have to watch to see if we get some continuation in here. But that's the pattern. I mean, by no means, even if I felt like this was an ending diagonal pattern and thought that this was going to potentially sell off and fail, there's no way I'd die. You don't sell this short. At least I don't. I don't sell it short, and I don't buy puts on it until price starts to tell me that it wants to go down, and it hasn't done that yet. All right, that's the picture for this week. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscriber button. And check out the website here at joehenches.net. I know we've got other blog posts, and I've got a page called Stock Squawks out there where I'm posting charts every day, usually one first thing in the morning and one around midday during the week, and kind of an update on various stocks in terms of the ones that are kind of moving. So check that out. All right, everyone, have a great rest of the week.